Well, good morning. You can tell I'm not trying to get a man with this. Oh, my afro's all the way out. Fly in the back. I was listening to the Young Turks, and they were talking about that Cleveland development and their executive director, a Taylor lady, that made the comment about First Lady Michelle Obama. um, and how they're going to give this lady her job back. And they're like, you know, December 23rd. And they were talking about how she only graduated from high school, then she went into cosmetology, right? And the job was looking for someone with a bachelor and 10 years experience. But anyway, so she works to help out this lady that thinks that Michelle Obama looks like a fucking monkey in heels. Well, first, may I say, you ain't never seen a motherfucking monkey with a motherfucking afro, okay? Second of all, you ain't never, unless they're white. There's a story about when, like, these Greeks or whatever showed up somewhere around the same time period as Alexander. It was an old story. But anyway, the the black people, when they saw these white people here, they're coming, and like they 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 only have the clothes that um one set of clothes that they've been wearing for this whole time, or they were unbathed with parasites, like fleas and um lice in their hair, um and just full what other stuff that comes from not bathing and not changing your clothes and not understanding nature and being out in it. But they saw them as like as looking like wild humanoid monkeys, actual, you know, and they had to feel bare, and you could just see the forehead and the little cheeks and the nose, a lot like anyway, and they had a stench to them because it wasn't, and you could see in some of the cowboy movies that they play over and over again, like Gunsmoke, uh, um, etc. I can't think of it. I don't watch them. I have family members that like Gunsmoke. They made 17 episodes, but they show the same like 5 or 6 episodes over and over again, and they sit there day in year in out watching those things. But anyway, so they always talk about those old cowboy western movies how they didn't bathe. The thing is like most indigenous people that they came across bathe frequently. Even Africans they bathe. But anyway, this time there was um they had fields and miles of cotton, and the king and the queen and to the white men, the gods, because like the way that they use their technology and their intelligent um, to get coins out of people, um, especially in Alexander, was a lot of like the whole place was dedicated to study like of science, but to make the money to continue the science, they allow the certain group to believe in that this that it was God's hand doing these but anyway, so in payment of their work, because like the the more intelligent, more elite, they knew how to take that cotton and clean it and then get make it into long sheets of fabric. they would give this payment, give them some clothes, so they give them these sheets of cotton, and then like in the spring, lots of times like they would dye them, and you would see them like with rows and rows of dye material, but it was enough for like them to make another outfit, and um they had other ways to make clothes. So they would at least have a pair to the Europeans. So they had quite a few different outfits. And but anyway, like after they went in through there and they had totally was raping, because they like these these white Europeans, they were like pedophiles. They like 12-year-olds, especially 12-year-old girls, because in their minds, since they had syphilis, it was so bad. Even though it was the male's behavior, and even though like no matter how younger they got the women, once they already had syphilis, then the child would like, and even today, if we go to like some places where there's some human beings that never had contact with modern day uh, uh, city dwellers like us, like live out in the jungles or something in South America and has no contact with any other type of people. If you do have contact with them, because of all the diseases and stuff that we have, we kill them like in 21 days. So that was the problem when they hit Alexander's, and when they hit Egypt, is that because of because of the men's already being so promiscuous, that but anyway, I digress. To get back to this lady, um I think um she was unqualified, and I remember, like what they call the dumbing down of our students. And like, and I saw switch when I was in the education system, where like a lot of white people thought it was their privilege or white privilege to like cheat, and you know not necessarily really, they didn't have to learn it. So I think that's like, she's not in a position where she even needs to be, and she talks like a moron, uneducated, and that's where I started off. And because the white people for a long time, when they show up raping and killing to steal, and a lot of these um, white people have been brought up to think that they're superior because they're rapists and murderers. You know, like the police departments around the country. Like they were really going off and killing people. And we have more than 214 murders this year in Memphis, and a lot of it is. And we have a new mayor. I think he's Republican. Anyway, I forget. He's a new white guy, overweight. But he's like, first thing there is like, we need more police. We need more police. Well, that's not going to solve the problem. You solve the problem by. Can I draw on this? I don't think so. Okay. Oh my. By starting at the base. Um. Like, the child comes in the world. Let's say they're blank slate. Now you as a parent have two choices. And you can fill this blank slate up with pain and agony by, like, if it's crying, you hit it or whatnot. The correct way is teaching, and teaching is giving information. Teaching is also being able to comprehend and empathize, with the person you're teaching needs and ability. and so that you could correctly um, have it soak into the and so like if a child is like brand new child and it's crying all the time, like you can find out if it's like first you make sure there's nothing in there like punching them like a safety pin, you know, nothing causing them any pain and discomfort that way. They cry because of pain and discomfort. And then you might try to feed them. They cry when they're hungry. Um, and they cry when they discomfort and their ass is wet. Now I don't know like these days like how smart it is with Pampers and stuff. You know, 'cause, I like over here all the time. I see people throwing their Pampers out all the time. So you have now a community that is taking off of the idea of like the white warmongers, and when they came in to these places to take over these indigenous people land to make their wealth. um I think you can look at Aleppo now, how it's all burned out. Basically, that's the citizens is what they would kill. A lot of soldiers, especially like white, like I remember like all the black men came back from the other wars, and I remember this one white guy. It was like when the black platoon showed up, it was like angels. Instead of them just shooting them, because like they were just left behind, because like they was like the citizens that had lived there. They weren't in uniforms or anything. But when the white soldiers had came through there, they was just killing the citizens. Even though they were just citizens left, they just anybody come running out like, oh thank God, they'd shoot them. So anyway, the blacks was like sharing their foods with them, because they saw them differently. They had a different understanding. Well, they soon have to correct that. So that's why we have bad schools, and that's why we can have a lady like this Taylor lady working for Clay Development, and I guess it's like, and it's post, and this development is supposed to help the poor there in this area. So here you have an uneducated, right, white woman who got her job because she was white, not because she was qualified. So now she has a chip on her shoulder because here, she sees Obama, a wife. She went through all those years of college. She didn't just grad. And she's a well-educated lady, dressed nice, healthy. You see that white lady? She's unhealthy. You know what I mean? So and she probably and one thing I know about white racist people, they're the most jealous ass motherfuckers, and that's what makes them think they're entitled to do harmful and terrible things. And plus their upbringing. If you whoop a child and they sexually abuse a child, you get a crazy ass bitch like her. She looked like her daddy made her get on her knees every day when she came home from school and suck his dick. That's what she looked like, and she mad. Because she probably did the same shit to her fucking kids. She looked like a nasty ass hoe with a nasty ass mouth, with nasty ass ideas, and a nasty way to see about other motherfucking people. And she's so uneducated, that it's a damn right shame that oh my God. And now we have another one up in office, a Trump. He's so ignorant. He don't even want to go learn anything. He don't want debriefing, because if he gets debriefed, if they learn anything, it contradicts. I'll tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing. The police don't like they want to say, oh, Black Matter is a terrorist group, because they just want to lie about black people when they want to say, hey, we need to have you know, our prisons not privatized. We need to not be making money off of the harm and suffering, or jailing people and killing people like the police are doing. You know, they want to say that we're wrong, so you can make the blacks policemen think, oh, okay, I have a reason, like to be scared of Black Lives Matter. I don't have to be part of that. You know what I'm saying? It's so like so like they want to they so like they want to And you could also look up at North Dakota, Standing Rocks, the way the police act. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing that really, the only power you really have is the truth, because the truth really hurts them. Truth is not. The truth might be ugly, but the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? If you do ugly shit, yeah, your truth is ugly. But if you do nice things, then your truth ain't. So if white people have a ugly history, it don't matter how you want to criticize and belittle black females. White women weren't worth shit during slavery time. You just some nasty asshole that they had. Most white women, if you look at the old movies in Britain, it was all fucking prostitutes. Had to worry about a jack or ricker. If you wasn't, when that man married you, you was his fucking property. You know what I'm saying? But you weren't worth shit. That's why you couldn't even vote in the United States for until black people got some rights. So she's an uneducated, and she's in a position where she could cause more harm and do more damage to people, poor people's lives. And yeah, it's easy to fuck with some poor black people, right? But I bet the bitch ain't gonna step out of the motherfucking box with that crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And first of all, she need to do something about that fucking face when they showed. You know what I'm saying? Looking like fucking death. And then the shit that she was saying, that you have a mayor in the same time that's gonna agree with you. Not only is you ignorant, and not only does, in my mind, it proves that you have to fix the fucking schools, because this dumbing down of Americans, I guess, so they don't know that they don't look around and see all the trash from sea to shiny sea. They don't look around and see the sludge in the goddamn water. They don't look around and see the cloud that fog in the morning is really caused by some of our coal plants, like over here, burning off. That sulfur smell. You know, so we don't see this thing. They got sports, and they got X-rated movies and all that to keep that type of simple-minded bitch simple with her stupid, retarded things. And let me tell you something. White people like them, and like the new president-elect and his vice president, they want to start a civil war. They don't understand why, because they're a bunch of warmongers, long generation of just a bunch of rapists and murderers that's always trying to, figure out a way to make more money off of somebody's suffering and death, like they do up in the Middle East. All that, you think that shit is all fucking necessary? All the wars we had, just to keep them poor and even more ignorant, got them believing that if they a martyr, they get to go fuck 40 women or get 40 fucking virgins. So well, they could have that Taylor bitch as one of their you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter that their whole illusion of this male-run society is that the women have to suffer and the kids have to suffer even more. And then we end up with racist, ignorant, uneducated people in positions to where they could cause more harm. And that is how they destroy America. Believe me. That's how they got that's how China got all the factories over there to manufacture for us to buy over here. We used to manufacture everything for, but now look at us, because we got, racist ass motherfuckers thinking that by hurting black people and having you and taking away Social Security and taking all this is gonna make America better. Yeah, it's gonna look like a okay. Their ideas hasn't worked. Sure, they got money. But America, oh, that's it. Let me tell you, when they decided, like, when they was able to take away 7 words out of the English language off of TV, that's when they knew they could run this country. When they didn't have anybody that said anything about losing their First Amendment rights and freedom of speech. And now look at us today. We have absolutely no freedom of speech. And you think it's going to serve us in a positive way in a racist, negative society? No, it always does more harm than good. You got a bunch of paranoid ass, uneducated motherfucking bitches.